Welcome to Quality. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use test sets. A test set in Quality is a container that stores key value parameters used to provide input data for test cases during execution. It enables data-driven testing, allowing a single test case to run multiple times with different parameters values, without having to create a separate test case for each variation. Test sets are useful for three main reasons. First, they support data-driven testing by providing test cases with different input values through key value pairs. Second, they promote reusability. The same test case can be executed many times, multiple times, using different data from the test set. And third, they enable centralized parameter management, keeping all input data in one place and making updates easier and reducing errors. So let's see how this works in practice. Go to Test Management and then click on Test Set. After that, click on Test Set. Let's create two test sets for a failed login scenario, one for a non-existent user and one for an incorrect password. So let's fill in the name with failed login. Let's complete the test set with the key, username, and value jsmith, and the password, let's say jsmith20, and click on Save. Let's create one more. In this case, failed login, incorrect password. We can use the same username. And I accidentally close the windows by pressing save, but it's a good opportunity to show you how you can edit. In this case, you can edit the test set and add the second key value, in this case the password, and we will write incorrect password. And now we can update the test set. Now that we have our two test sets, let's create a test case to verify this behavior. Let's go back to the test cases screen. Let's create a new test case. This test case will be called Verify Failed Login Attempts. In the summary, we will enter this description. It's approved. Sprint 1, user management, login page design, the execution type is manual. Let's deactivate the multiple steps. I only want to write the expected result here, and set the priority as high, and it's in an ongoing task. Assign to the tester and click on Save. Now the test case is created. We will edit this test case. Let's look for it. This is our new test case. Let's edit, and at the bottom of the screen we will see a field that is called test set here. You can fill in this field when you are creating the test case or when you are editing the test case, like in this case. Let's choose the test sets we want to use for this particular test case, and we click on Add. I will choose both and click Add Test Sets. Now this test case has assigned two test sets. Let's update. Now it's necessary to create a test cycle to see it working, and we will go to Test Cycles. We will create a new test cycle. We will give this a name, Fail Login. The cycle is manual. The field is Sprint 1. The priority in this case is high because the test case was high, and then I will click Save, I can choose my test cases. In this case, I only want to add the test cases we recently created. I will click on Move to this test cycle, Move, and after that click on Execute. Here we have our test cycle with this test case, and if we click on Execute, in the execution window we'll have here the test set execution, and we see that there are two executions here, one for each test set, and they are independent. I mean, you can choose that the first execution passed and the second one maybe failed, so you can mark that execution status. Then you have to give a general status for the test case. Let's say that the test case failed because one execution was okay and the other one not. So let's mark as executed. And we have here the information about the execution. The first test set passed and the other one failed. And this is the power of the test sets. With a single test case and a single execution cycle, you can cover multiple data scenarios independently, keep your results organized, and avoid duplicating test cases just because the input data is different. And that's all for this video. See you in the next one.